After a big comeback effort, almost mirrors exactly YD's first win over Wareham. That series now split 1-1. Meanwhile, they're playing the Bourne Braves for the first time at home. The two teams faced off earlier in the season. YD was on the road, but this Bourne team has been on an absolute tear, 7-3 in their last 10 games, coming off a big win against Chatham yesterday. Luke, yesterday YD was clean in the field and they did produce at the plate. It was actually the pitching for the first time that kind of became the deciding factor in the game. How do you think YD is going to adjust to that today, considering that's really the first time that pitching has been the Achilles heel for this team?
Yeah, I think you're just going to look for a really good start out of your guy that you put out to begin this game in Smith Pinson. You're looking to limit the base runners a little more than you did yesterday. There was a lot of activity that enabled Wareham later on in that game to eventually score those 4 runs in the 8th inning to go on to win it. I think you're just looking for a shutdown type of guy. That's exactly what Smith Pinson brings. You want him to eat up some innings, hoping you can at least get to maybe 5, even 6 innings before you go to your bullpen. And just look for a performance that limits guys out on the base paths for YD, something that they struggled to do yesterday.
It's Gage Harrelson leading off for the Braves, and we are underway. It's 4:45 exactly, and Pinson deals a first pitch ball. It's his 3rd start for the Red Sox. He's pitched 9 innings total, so gone 3 in each of those. And really, he's done a good job, the Kennesaw State hurler. The 1-0 just below the zone. We've seen this trend of YD pitchers getting off to slow starts, giving up a lot of walks at the beginning and then settling in and having a really strong middle innings, but sometimes that's just not enough. The 2-0 finally clips the edge of the zone. Really nice place, fastball on the outside. Around the horn today, it's Hines at first, coming back from the DH position where he has been a regular. 2-1 swung on and fouled left. Count evens up 2-2. It's Day at second, Vieira at short, Darby at third. In the outfield, it's Archer, Apodaca, and Cook from left to right. Harrelson swings and missed, drop 3rd strike. Dykstra has it over to Hines, and that's out number 1. Pinson comes back from a 2-0 count for the first out and first strikeout of the game.
Number 9, Bryce Evelyn.
Pinson has high strikeout numbers. He has 10 in those 9 innings pitched. The infield split for Bryce Evelyn. And a first pitch curve just misses the top. Evelyn plays at Alabama, the Crimson Tide. The 1-0 fouled up the first baseline. The count is 1-1 with an out in the top of the first. He was 1 for 2 yesterday with 2 walks. A really productive day at Chatham. He had a run and an RBI. Batting .296 through 7 games. 1-1 fouled behind us, and the count's 1-2. Pitch lined towards a group of people sitting on the left side of the field on that hill in the sun. The 1-2 pitch lined towards a group of people sitting on the left side of the field on that hill over there. Hope that didn't hit anybody. Pinson hurls. It's a blooper to the infield, and Day has it over at second, right in the middle. A mishit ball, and 2 up, 2 down to start things off. Pinson hurls. It's a blooper to the infield, and Day has it over at second, right in the middle. A mishit ball, and 2 up, 2 down to start things off.
After that 2-0 start to that first batter. Smith Pinson's really been hammering away at the zone. Got that jam shot. He's running in on these hitters pretty well. Some soft contact for him so far in addition to that strikeout.
He now faces Derek Bender, who we have talked about before. Bender is batting almost 500 and was 0 for 5 yesterday, so seems like something is due. He holds off on a first pitch strike, a fastball on the outside, really well placed from Pinson. He's definitely going to be working around the edges of the zone. You can't give this guy anything over the middle or he will make you pay for it. The 0-1, a check swing. And our first base umpire says he went around Bender out to an 0-2 start. Pinson deals, Bender swings, and it's fouled behind us. Bender is sporting the teal helmet and purple arm sleeve, representing Coastal Carolina. Just outside for ball one, a really good strikeout pitch, but Bender held off, just traveled across. And it's grounded up towards short. Vieira has it. Counts 1-2 with 2 outs. And it's grounded up towards short. Vieira has it. The throw on time. The stretch is made, and we head to the bottom of the first. Smith Pinson. All right, let's come back so we can talk about. Back for the bottom of the first, RJ Austin coming up to the plate. He's in the DH spot today for the first time and on a 7-game hitting streak. That's a hit in every game since he started with the Red Sox. He's facing Garrett Horn out of Liberty University. He's gone 7 innings through his first 2 starts, has allowed 7 earned runs, but also has 11 strikeouts. First pitch to Austin misses high. Those numbers seem to contradict each other. The 7 earned runs and 11 strikeouts through 7 innings. But we'll see how his outing goes today. 1-0, fastball on the outside.
It can sometimes happen when you are someone who throws pretty hard. Or a guy that comes in the mid-90s from the left side.
Inside on Austin, he holds off ball 2. RJ Austin has been just phenomenal at getting on base, and he hit his first home run 2 games ago. Swings away for the first time, and it's fouled out of play. The count's 2-2. Horn deals way outside behind Pinckney's head, but nobody on, so it doesn't matter. A wild pitch from Garrett Horn. Up towards short, Vastine, the throw, and Austin almost beat it out down the line, but the throw beat him by just a second. That seems like a routine play, but Austin was booking it up the throw, and Austin almost beat it out down the line, but the throw beat him by just a second. That seems like a routine play, but Austin was booking it up the first base line.
Yeah, that was a lot closer than it probably should have been, but Austin showing off the wheels.
He's leading the team in average coming into today at 391. It's Enzo Apodaca who is up in the 2 spot after a pretty consistent stay in the 9 spot, but he's second on the team. He's been doing really, really well lately, batting .342. Was 2 for 4 yesterday. The 0-1. Low and away for ball 2. Short. Vastine again, the throw in time, dug out this time by Bender. Nice play with the glove, and 2 almost identical. Apodaca grounds up towards short. Vastine again, the throw in time, dug out this time by Bender. Nice play with the glove, and 2 almost identical putouts to start things off for the Braves. It's Max Vieira going into his senior year at Seton Hall. First pitch curve just misses the zone. Really strong pitch from Horn. Could have gone either way. Also batting in the 300s at 333. Leads the team in stolen bases. Ball 2 misses as well. Vieira, the only guy on the team with double-digit stolen bases. He has 10 of them through this beginning part of the season. The 2-0 fouled out of play. Regular infield backed up to the grass. Really no other team shifts in the infield like Coach Pickler does. Two-1 misses below the zone. Counts 3-1 with 2 outs. Red Sox hit well out towards right field. Shufrida has it, put his glove up to block the sun, tracked it well through the air, and that's the inning. A quick one to start things off. Both teams go 1-2-3, and we head to the top of the second. It's Perri, Kitei, and Poley on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Enzo groupies. We didn't see him the first time these two teams played. A kick and deal, a fastball on the outside corner. The 0-1 comes inside, almost hits him, and the count evens up. Bourne looking for their first base runners. Bodine on the ground towards second. Day on to Hines, and that's out number one. It's actually Vieira shifted over. The Coach Pickler special, 3 on the infield works out perfectly. Vieira right where he needed to be for grounder up the middle. And the Red Sox now return to their regular positions in the infield.
It's an analytics-driven team, and that's why I hit it right into the shift. That's probably a base hit if you're playing straight up.
First pitch to Peterson, hammered down the third base line. Bounces towards the bleachers and now rolling close back to the field. It's in foul territory, and someone from the bullpen coming out to grab it because there's a lot of foul space here, and we've seen guys run all over to make a catch, and you don't want a ball there that someone could trip over. The 0-1 to Peterson. Check swing did not go around, and it's 1-1. Peterson didn't play yesterday in the Braves win at versus Chatham. Ball 2 misses high and away. Infield backed up to the edge of the grass. Outfield shifted slightly towards the left. More space. 2-1, a curve slips in the zone, also had some sideways movement on it. Really nice from Smith Pinson. Pinson delivers high, and the count is full. Swung on and missed, went around Peterson and couldn't check his swing on ball 4, and he goes back to the dugout. 2 outs for the Red Sox and another strikeout for Pinson.
Pinson's shown his ability right now to get the strikeout pitch in multiple different ways. His first was a breaking ball that he buried. That time he rose one high above the zone and got the swing and miss.
Pete Shufrida trying to get something going for the Braves. Swings away at the first pitch and misses by a mile. Big hack from Shufrida. Plays at Lafayette. The 0-1, a curve falls inside, and it's 0-2. You could see his shoulders moving. He checked his swing and then realized it was dropping in the zone at the last second. The 0-2, pop fly out of play. Slight shift to the right in the infield, the third base line largely unprotected. Swing and a miss, and Shufrida goes down. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Pinson. It's another quick one. Going to the bottom of the second. It's Perri, Kitei, and Luke West Poley on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Leading things off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the second, it's Hunter Hines, who leads the CCBL in home runs and RBI. It's been really, really strong as of late.
Now batting out of Mississippi State, number 44.
Facing Garrett Horn again, the first pitch on the way. Swung on, check swing, strike one. Hines lines it to second, but Kuroda Grauer is there to catch it. A base hit anywhere else on the field, but Kuroda Grauer didn't even have to move. That ball was smashed.
Number 12, Xander Darby.
Continuing to hit the ball hard. We're used to seeing that launch angle be a little bit higher, and that's when he hits those towering home runs. That time just a flat one right over to second base. Base runners continue to be hard to come by.
Darby holds on strike one. He had the best day he's had yet. He was 1 for 2 with 2 walks, a run, and an RBI. Count moves to 1-1 as the UCSB Gaucho has been getting considerably more comfortable as he adjusts to these wood bats. Another check swing, did not go this time. And it's 2-1 with an out. No base runners in the game. The line's well protected. Fouled back into the fence. Big gap up the middle between short and second. Outfield slightly shifted to the left. Kick and deal from Horn. Fly into left center, and that drops for a base hit. Just nice contact from Darby, not hit too far. Solid, as you were talking about, Luke, to just pop over the infield but drop before the outfield, and Darby has another hit.
Going the opposite way. He is seeing the ball really well, and to be able to have that push hitting, a really good sign for what's to come for Xander Darby.
Brady Day holds that ball one. Kansas State redshirt sophomore out of Hampstead, New Hampshire. Not too far from home. The 1-0 ripped into center field. Harrelson coming over on it. Darby forced to retreat. That one almost at where the warning track would be in the deepest part of the park. Hard contact from Day, just fine.
Next up, out of UNC Chapel Hill, number 16, Casey Cook.
Casey Cook, a fresh count to him with 2 outs. Darby takes his lead at first. Saw a lot of stolen base attempts yesterday from both teams. Strike one hits the outside. Cook, as always, sporting the powder blue cleats to represent the North Carolina Tar Heels. It's 1-1 with 2 outs. Darby takes his lead again. Yet to see a pickoff attempt from Horn. He nods, and outside, ball 2. Infield a little bit to the right, outfield a little bit to the left. The 2-1 inside, and that's ball 3. Connor Dykstra on deck with half of his catcher's gear on, if it gets there. Ball 4, high and away, and it will get there. Dykstra forced to strip off his shin guards, and there's 2 aboard with 2 outs for the Red Sox. First walk issued by either pitcher.
Dykstra's coming off his best game of the season against Chatham. Hit his first home run. Trying to give YD an early lead.
He hit 1 home run and then had 1 ball grabbed right before the fence that looked like it had a chance. First pitch to him hits the top of the zone for strike 1.
Also had his first base hit of the year earlier in that game. Scored a run as part of a tremendous offensive effort a few nights ago from YD at Veterans Field.
The lone Canadian on this team. Hit well into right field, left field on a line. Darby coming around towards home. The throw is not in time. Really nice slide from Xander Darby. Absolutely no hesitation rounding third, and it's an RBI single for Dykstra.
Peterson looked like he had that one stuck in his glove out there and left. It took him a while to get rid of that ball. Might have just trapped it in his glove and struggled to pull it out, but YD will certainly take it, and Connor Dykstra starting to heat up here as we get to the middle part of this season.
It was a really nice throw from the outfield. As ball 1 sails ahead over the head of Nathan Archer. First time we've seen this orange arm sleeve on today.
Repping the Bowling Green Falcons.
Runners on first and second. YD leads 1-0. This one's popped up to foul territory on the left side. Might be a play on it. And Eblin has it right by the YD dugout. That ends the inning, but the damage is done. An RBI single from Connor Dykstra. We head to the top of the third. YD leads 1-0. We'll be back on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Now batting Jonathan Vastine for the Braves as they try to get one back against Smith Pinson, who's given up nothing, been excellent from the bump so far. First pitch strike, miss hit and fouled away. Vastine playing at short today. Teammate of RJ Austin at Vanderbilt, the 0-1. Low, and it's ball 1. Was 0 for 1 yesterday, but he did have 3 walks and came around to score twice versus Chatham. 2 of those 8 runs for the Braves. 1-1 misses low again, and it's 2-1. This time clips the bottom of the zone where Pinson was aiming the last time, and it's 2-2. Vastine might be forced to swing again. The shift is on, 3 on the right side. And it's grounded up towards Vieira at second, and the throw is in time. Vastine almost beat it out. So much speed up the line, but once again, Vieira, acting as a pseudo second baseman, makes the play. And that's out number 1.
In addition to Pinson, who's thrown over 2/3 strikes, hammering away at that zone, he continues to bring the ball in and just tie up these hitters. That's another one where Vastine just jammed that off the handle of his bat and slow roll. Almost paid off for him for an infield single, but it's weak contact.
Strike 1 to Josh Grauer, who's been on this roster for a while, was battling some injuries at the beginning of the season. He received an invite to USA training camp and declined. The 0-1 fouled out of play towards the right side. And the count is 0-2. Grauer plays for Rutgers. I saw him play earlier this year during the Northwestern Rutgers series, which Rutgers absolutely dominated. Slight shift to the left in the infield and the outfield. The 0-2 on the ground towards Day at second. The throw well in time. Another put out for the Red Sox. Pinson doing a really good job keeping these balls on the ground in the infield. Hugh Pinckney, the second Rutgers player back-to-back, and the second Canadian behind the plate that we have today. He and Dykstra. The 1-0 misses outside again. It's 2-0. Pinckney has struggled a bit adjusting to the speed and the wood bats of this league. He's just 2 for 20 so far through 7 games played. The 2-0 on the ground towards Day at second. Gets the out at first, an almost identical play from the last one. Apodaca fell down in center field and back to his feet. It's another 1-2-3 inning from Smith Pinson, yet to allow a base runner. We go to the bottom of the third. The Red Sox still lead 1-0, and we'll be at the top of the lineup when we come back on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Yep.
Top of the lineup, it's RJ Austin back at the plate. Garrett Horn still on the bump. Austin 0 for 1 with a ground out in his first at-bat. First pitch at the shoulders for ball 1. Austin, a USA U18 alumni. Ball 2 is inside. He has a hit in every game since he's been in the Red Sox uniform. 6 walks to go along with that. The 2-0 popped up behind us, out of play. Horn shakes one off, now a deep breath and the deal. Ripped into left field, but Peterson was shifted over and reads it perfectly. That would be a base hit with a regular outfield, but YD getting a taste of their own medicine. Austin put out for out number 1.
And as much as this ballpark is hitter friendly and that the fence is really short, you hit a lot of home runs, but it almost limits your hits off things like that when you just smoke a ball on a line.
First pitch, a ball inside and high for Apodaca.
Because it allows the outfield to play so deep that nothing's ever going to get over their head unless it's a home run. And that's certainly the case. You ripped a ball, but right in front of the fence, it just gets caught.
Apodaca checks on strike 1, and that ball was also headed towards what normally would be a gap, not even getting over the heads of the outfield, but Peterson was way over. That third baseline was completely unprotected. The 1-1 fouled behind us, and it really worked to their advantage.
Because even for Apodaca, who's not necessarily a guy who hits for power, you look in the outfield where the Braves are playing, they're about 20 feet off the fence.
The 1-2 flied into left field on the third baseline. Peterson in foul territory makes the grab. At a long run for that. As we said, a lot of space here in foul territory. And that's another fly out. 2 down for Max Vieira. Vieira 0 for 1 with a fly out. His was to right. Very deep in right field, but as you said, Luke, Shufrito was basically right there. First pitch fouled. Barely goes anywhere towards the Bourne dugout. Vieira, the first team All Big East selection out of Seton Hall. Has 3 doubles on the year, 8 runs batted in. The 0-1 misses away, and it's 1-1. This one on the ground up the middle, can't sneak through. Grauer bounces it to first, and a nice stretch from Bender retires the side. Another quick inning. Defense really taking control here. We head to the top of the 4th. The Red Sox still lead 1-0. So fast.
Yep. Top of the fourth in a fast-moving game between the Red Sox and Braves. Smith Pinson retaking the mound for YD has been shoving through the order up to the plate for Bourne. Harrelson fouls the first pitch back to the backstop. Strikeout swinging his first time up. One of three Ks for Smith Pinson his first time through the order. 1-0 YD here on the one. Finds the corner, and it's strike two for Pinson. Pinson not only has been getting the strikeout, which is where he's made his money, he's been getting a lot of soft contact as well. Swing and a miss on the 0-2, and that's strike three, number 4 for Smith Pinson, who continues to shove, and there's one down in the top of the fourth.
The strikeout pitch works perfectly. He was trying to get Harrelson to miss and swing at a ball, and that one, the horizontal movement came across the plate, ended up all the way in the righty batter's box, and that one was past the tip of Harrelson's bat.
Bryce Eblin swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Topped it, and he goes down 0-1. Popped out to second base his first time. Eblin, 296 hitter coming in, 6 batted in. 0-1, check swing, he stumbles out of the way, appeal to third, says he held up, 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count. Pinson lifts the knee. Swing and a miss, got him to golf. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. That breaking pitch that he has buried has been phenomenal so far for Smith Pinson, drawing a lot of swings. Ball and 2 strikes. Eblin chokes up and fights it off. So he spoils the 2-strike offering. Pinson, another 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It'll require a throw to first, but Dykstra makes it, and there are 2 gone. Back-to-back Ks to start the inning, to the top of the order for Smith Pinson.
Smith Pinson is absolutely dealing and making it look easy against a Bourne team that has the highest run differential in the lead. 28 runs more scored than their opponents. The next closest team is actually the Red Sox with 17. But one of the hardest hitting teams in the league is hitless.
Eblin, second base side, past the diving effort for Brady Day, and into right field for a base knock. That ends the no-hit bid for Smith Pinson through 3 2/3.
Brutal announcer's jinx on that one. Ooh.
Bender just snuck that one by the glove of Brady Day. Caden Bodine now looking to start up the train for Bourne, who have their first base runner of the game.
We said we'd see contact from Derek Bender, and we have. It only took 2 at-bats.
Bodine to ground out to short his first time up. Takes a first pitch strike on the inner half. Lefty out of Coastal Carolina. Back-to-back Chanticleers here for Scott Landers and this Bourne Braves team. 0-1 tapped foul. No balls and 2 strikes.
Slight shift on to the right in the infield. Hines guarding first base, but Vieira now behind second, and Day in the shallow outfield.
Pinson, his first at bat out of the stretch. Outside, ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes to Caden Bodine. Bender on first in a 1-0 game that YD leads after the RBI single from Connor Dykstra back in the second. Runner goes, 1-2 runs in, and Dykstra's got no chance. Tied him up, and Bender swipes the bag, taking second. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The count to Bodine, and an RBI opportunity, a chance to tie this game with a base hit.
That one just a coincidence, but bad timing. The pitch running in on the batter, and Dykstra ended up behind the batter, who stayed in his place as he does, and Dykstra was blocked.
2-2, hit well, right side. 3 players chasing after it for YD, and foul ground, diving effort, and the catch made by Casey Cook. A somersault over the line and right, and that retires the side as the Red Sox strand the lone base runner of the game for Bourne in the top of inning number 4. 1-0 YD as we step aside from Red Wilson. Casey Cook with a web gem to end the inning.
Now batting out of Mississippi State.
1-0 our score, a game deprived of offense largely. Here's a guy at the plate who can change that. Hunter Hines 0 for 1 with a line out. Hit pretty hard, but right at the second baseman, Joshua Kuroda-Grauer, his first time at the dish. Garrett Horn, the lefty, retaking the mound. 1 run off 2 hits from him so far. Hines swings at the first pitch. Strike 1. Smith Pinson has been shoving on the other side. It's the 0-1 yanked outside. Not to take anything away from what Garrett Horn has done. He's been pretty solid through 3 innings for Bourne in his own right. Swing and a miss as Hines goes chasing up high, and it's 1-2. Hines with the average just above 300 coming into this one. 1-2, popped up, left side and foul ground. Eblin running over, as is the catcher Pinckney, and he let it go through his hands. A last-second adjustment from Pinckney, who had the mask in one hand, glove on the other, and the ball went right between them.
I think he thought it was going to catch the overhang of this backstop. It was inches away from doing so. He actually had it in his glove. I don't think he knew that because it popped out and he was looking for it on the ground. Hunter Hines' slugging percentage is more than double his average. I don't think I've ever seen that.
1-2, rolled foul.
Coming into today, he was slugging .651.
Next level stuff from the Mississippi State Bomber. Swing and a miss, though. This time he goes down on the strikeout. And Garrett Horn, that's his first K. Brings up Xander Darby. 1 of 2 hits came from him for YD. Also scored the Red Sox only run. Lefty on lefty. Darby takes a first pitch that drops down low for ball 1. Strong crowd here for a Thursday afternoon. Really packed up the lines at Red Wilson. Counts 2-0 to Darby. It's got to the point now where on that left side where a lot of the crowd populates, they have wrapped all the way around the bullpen and are starting to get towards the scoreboard along the outfield fence. 2-0 finds the zone on the inner corner. 2 balls and a strike now to Darby.
I think a lot of that has to do with how this team has been performing. People want to see a team that's winning.
It's up high for ball 3.
And the Red Sox are first in the East Division right now. 1 point ahead of Harwich. They've kind of been battling back and forth, but Harwich lost as well yesterday. So YD remains in that top spot for now.
The two have been within half a game of each other for a while. That's ball 4. Darby aboard for the second time. He has had a keen eye for the baseball over these last few games. And now that will bring in Brady Day, who flew out to the deep outfield and center his first time up. Scott Pickler with a sign. Wouldn't be surprised to see some activity on the base paths given the lack of offense that this game has seen on both sides. Day takes a first pitch ball at the shoulders. Darby this season 0 for 2 trying to steal bags. Day gets a piece of that one and fouls it into Pinckney's glove, 1-1. Wind blowing out to left field as it often does here at Red Wilson. Makes this small park play even smaller. 1-1 deal. Fastball shoveled out of the bottom part of the zone for strike 2. Garrett Horn, who came in with 11 strikeouts in 7 innings, trying to get back to that pace. Day, though, connects and flares this one out to left field, coming over from short, being called off. The third baseman, Bryce Eblin, makes the catch. And there are 2 gone. Casey Cook made an excellent play in the outfield to end the top of this inning. At the plate, he is 0 for 0 with a walk. Runner on first with 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch rises high for ball 1.
Pinckney, a little stare down to Darby at first, daring him to go.
Darby's swinging the arms over on first, but no movement yet. That one's just off. 2 balls, no strikes. All the teams in the Cape League in action tonight. In fact, all of them are starting at the top of the hour at 6. So everybody except this game that got going at 4:45. Swing and a miss on the 2-0. Cook was a little out in front, took a big hack. Still a hitter's count at 2 balls and a strike to the UNC Tar Heel. 2-1 pitch, taken high at the shoulders for ball 3. Harwich, the team that the Red Sox have had their eyes on for a while, taking on Wareham at home tonight from White House Field. (3-1) to Cook. In on the hands for ball 4. Second time he's walked today, second walk of the inning from Horn. And that prolongs the side as Connor Dykstra, who got the RBI in this exact scenario his first time up, returns to the plate.
I was going to say deja vu for the Braves. They made their way through the top part of the lineup, but this bottom half has been giving them trouble. Cook walked for the second time today. Literally the only difference is that Darby walked instead of getting on first with a hit.
Last time Dykstra was up, he singled to left field with Cook on first and Darby on second. And Darby scored to make it a 1-0 game. Base runners are the same, as is the number of outs. 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th. Dykstra takes the first pitch, a strike called on the top part of the zone. 1 for 1 on the day. George Mason Patriot, who has shown he can really hit the ball hard when he lines it up. Runner's bluffed, pitch comes down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Horn sets. Darby trying to mess with him. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball that Dykstra swung over the top of. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Horn needs just 1 pitch to get out of the inning. YD trying to add to a 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Breaking ball again for Garrett Horn, who collects 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Red Sox strand a pair. We head to the 5th here from Red Wilson Field. You're watching YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Sam Peterson.
1-0 Red Sox here in the top of the 5th inning from Red Wilson Field. Luke West Poley with Perri Kitei. 17th game of the season for YD. First pitch, a check swing, and a round from Sam Peterson, who crossed the plane. 0-1 to the Iowa Hawkeye, who struck out swinging his first time up. Pinson right into the wind, and he finds the zone again for strike 2. Bourne got their first base runner, first hit of the game in the 4th, trying to improve upon that and potentially tie it as this game goes along, just trailing by 1. 0-2. Up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pinson continuing to work efficiently. The pitch, this one lined out into center field, and it dies for a base hit. Pitch came in on the hands, and Peterson got just enough barrel to it to float it over the infield, but drop it in front of Enzo Apodaca. And a nice piece of 2-strike hitting puts the leadoff man aboard for the first time for Bourne.
Really nice ball from Sam Peterson. Just a liner right over the infield, straight up the middle. Nobody had any play on that ball.
Check on the runner from Pinson. Beach afraid of the batter. Pinson checks again. 0 for 1 with a strikeout his last time, the right fielder for Bourne. Blitz this one pretty well out towards straightaway center field. Apodaca now trotting in will make the catch for the out number 1. Peterson back to first, and that brings in Jonathan Bastine.
Number 2, Jonathan Bastine.
I don't think Peterson noticed that that ball got away from the infield on just a lazy throw, and Vieira and Darby went chasing after it. There could have been a play to take second from Peterson, but he just didn't really consider that.
Pinson's first pitch is outside. Back pick to first is smothered by Hines to prevent it from getting into right field. Big secondary there from Peterson. If that throw was online, they might have had a chance, but the right decision by Hines to sprawl out into defensive mode there. One ball, no strikes to Vastine. Pinson will again throw over. That last pitch served almost like a pitch out. Peterson is a steal threat. He's 3 for 3 on the year. Decent sized lead on first. Pinson will check again.
Peterson's got fresh legs. He didn't play yesterday versus Chatham. Just 5 games for him so far in the Cape.
Runner bluffs, pitches high and away. Dykstra decides not to throw to first. 2-0 the count now to Vastine, who's essentially gotten ahead for free with Smith Pinson and Connor Dykstra seemingly more worried about the man on first than the man at the plate. Runner bluffs again. Pitch is hit out to center field. Apodaca floating back on it. Now comes around towards the right center gap and has it for out number 2. 2 similar looking flyouts from Shafreda and Vastine. And now Joshua Kuroda-Grauer up to the plate with a runner on first, 2 out.
Kuroda-Grauer 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out in his first appearance.
Pinson with a longer hold than usual. First pitch swung on and missed. The off speed for strike 1 to Kuroda-Grauer. Pinson has been taking noticeably more time with that runner on base compared to his rather quick pace when the bases have been empty. Oh, 1 rises high, throw down to first is not in time. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kuroda-Grauer. Plays for Rutgers, native of Somerset, New Jersey, home of the Patriots, AA affiliate of the New York Yankees. Runner goes, 1-1 swung on and missed. Throw down from Dykstra is high and sliding under the tag. Peterson is in there with a stolen base. So a man into scoring position, a 1-2 count with 2 outs.
That pitch was just caught in an awkward position from Dykstra, and he was also kind of blocked by Kuroda-Grauer. He had to throw from his knees, and the throw was also a little bit late.
1-2. Sinks low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kuroda-Grauer. Came in with limited at-bats, just 5 on the season. 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second. Hits are now even at 2 apiece. YD, though, with the lead, 1-0, thanks in part to 3 walks that have been issued from Garrett Horn. Smith Pinson has not given up a free pass. 2-2, swung on and missed, strike 3, and the side is retired. Smith Pinson is shoving. He strands another man in scoring position, and through 5, he has held the Braves scoreless, 1-0, as we are halfway home from Red Wilson Field. Back in a moment, Whitey Red Sox baseball here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom 5 here from Red Wilson Field, 1-0 our score as Nathan Archer leads off, 9-1-2 due up for the Red Sox. Both starters going into the middle innings of this game. Both have been pretty strong, just 2 hits aside. First pitch, chin music to Nathan Archer for ball 1. Popped out in foul territory to third base back in the second inning. That ended that frame. Takes strike 1 over the plate. Horns 1-1. That finds the zone again for strike 2. .70 pitches now. Here comes the 71st. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brought it in on the hands there, and Archer can't connect. Third strikeout now as Horn is starting to get the number in that category to rise. Back to the top of the order we go for YD. R.J. Austin is 0 for 2. Hit a ball on the screws his last time up that was caught by Sam Peterson and left. The pitch falls in there for strike 1. The 0-1 offering on the way. Swing and a miss. Austin went chasing down low there, and it's 0-2. Horn ahead in the count. The pitch. Just couldn't backdoor it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Horn is looking more comfortable as this outing has gone along. A guy who's really settled into this game. 1-2. Down low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Had pitched 7 innings coming into this game. Liberty Flame deals the 2-2. High for ball 3.
Austin displaying a lot of patience coming back from an 0-2 count.
Payoff coming in. Lifted out towards pretty deep center field. Harrelson back to it, and ranging to his left makes the catch for out number 2.
Next up, out of Gonzaga,
Second fly out for RJ Austin. As this pitcher's duel continues with 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th, Enzo Apodaca at the plate. He's 0 for 2. YD's top hitter by batting average among those qualified. First pitch drops low for ball 1. Now the 1-0. Up high, 2 balls, no strikes. 3 walks for Garrett Horn so far in this game, including 2 of them that came in the last inning. Worked his way around it, though, to hang a 0. 2-0, though, misses way upstairs, ball 3. Horn with 7 walks to his 11 strikeouts in his 7 innings coming in. Clips the corner for strike 1 on the 3-0 offering. He's had some control issues, but has also fanned quite a few batters, as we talked about off the top. 3-1 ripped right side, but just foul. Apodaca just pulled it too hard, and now it's a full count with 2 outs.
Looked like that ball had a chance at dropping fair off the bat, but was foul in the air right around first base. Apodaca took a couple steps towards first and quickly retreated.
Payoff, ball 4. Apodaca has complemented his contact hitting by walking a lot throughout this season, and a nice disciplined at-bat to get on base with 2 gone and extend the inning for YD, as Max Vieira will be the batter following this visit to the mound. Pitcher out there warming up in right field in the bullpen for Bourne. '83 pitches for Horn, and he's staying in the game. He'll take a lap. Max Vieira is 0 for 2. Grounded out to second base his last time up. Vieira 1 for 4 yesterday, hits in his last 2 after a 3-game stretch in which he was hitless. He takes a first pitch strike over the heart of the plate. Vieira looking down at Scott Pickler, doesn't seem to have much for him. 0-1 jammed up the middle, and that's a base hit. Apodaca puts on the brakes around second and will return to the base. But he moves up 90 feet, and Max Vieira continues the 2-out rally as Hunter Hines now striding up to the plate.
Vieira, one of the most consistent hitters on this team, starting off a new streak, had a pretty long one going for a while in games that he started. Now has one in the past couple.
3 in a row with a hit for Vieira. First pitch is in there for a strike. Meanwhile, Hines hitless yesterday and off to a hitless start today. He's 0 for 2. Did collect an RBI off a ground out in the losing effort yesterday. Big spot to break this one open. Beautiful 0-1 pitch. Finds the outside corner. Not much Hines can do about that. Horn hops in front. No balls, 2 strikes. Bottom 5. Looking to strand another pair on the base paths for YD. Pitch. Leaner away. Lost the hat. Hunter Hines evades it. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Hines, a first-team All-SEC selection, and he's already showing why here in the Cape this summer, but he's been getting time at first base, really was just in that DH spot during the 2023 season.
Both runners go. Pitch misses down in the dirt. Throw to third. Nearly gets away, but Eblin jumping to his right, keeps it from going into left field. Both runners move up, second and third now, as Hunter Hines can drive in 2 with a base hit.
Bold move from Coach Pickler. Both runners go. The steal at third is rare, but Apodaca got there and also benefited from the pitch in the dirt from Horn.
One ball, or rather 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hunter Hines. Pitch on the way. Spoiled foul. 2-2 to the YD slugger. Red Sox looking for their first run since the second. That's the only offense this game has seen thus far. Hines takes ball 3. On deck for the Red Sox, Xander Darby has reached base both times. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Has scored the game's only run, but not a guy you would want to bring up in a potential bases loaded scenario with that first base open. Horn shakes 1, takes the second. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Horn got it by him, his second strikeout of the inning, 4th overall, and the Red Sox strand a pair in scoring position in the 5th. Still 1-0 our score. YD leading Bourne. Back in a moment. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Top 6 here from Red Wilson Field. Luke West Poley with Perri, Kitei. YD making a brief stop here at home. After being on the road in Wareham yesterday, they will hit the road once again tomorrow. Hugh Pinckney coming up for the Bourne Braves, who've mustered 2 hits off of an otherwise dominant Smith Pinson so far. Pushed foul on the first offering from Pinckney, who's 0 for 1. Last inning, a leadoff single from Sam Peterson. Did not generate any offense for the Braves. He got to second on a stolen base, but was stranded there. 0-1 called strike 2 on the outside. Pinckney came into the game 2 for 20 on the season.
Darby and Vieira switched in the infield. Darby now at second.
0-2. Outside. A couple weeks ago, talked about shifting strategies a little bit for YD and talking to some members of the coaching staff about it. It's the 1-2 comes in. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him swinging. 7th strikeout for Smith Pinson and 1 gone in the 6th. So they keep that third baseman over there to play. Beef flies one to right that is caught in right field for out number 1. Apologize for some tech issues. Our stadium Wi-Fi went out during the break. Only batter that was missed was Xander Darby, who just sent one out to right field. He's retired for the first time. 1-0 our score with YD out in front. There's a new pitcher on the mound. Ryan Free, another lefty taking the hill for Bourne. Brady Day now at the plate for the Red Sox. Takes the first pitch on the corner for strike 1. No balls and a strike to Day, who has flown out and popped out. Pitch bounces in, 1-1. Just 5 hits split between the two teams. 3 for YD, 2 for Bourne.
It's Ryan Free on the mound.
Hasn't had many chances to swing the bat today. And won't on the first pitch for ball 1.
Yeah, he's walked twice.
Free fires in. Jammed left side, ranging over from third base. Eblin is there and makes the catch for out number 2. Cook with a soft shot over there on the left side. And there are 2 gone. Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox want to thank Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists for sponsoring this broadcast. Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists provide premier emergency and specialty care for your beloved companions. They are located in Dennis and Buzzards Bay and are open 24 hours a day. Connor Dykstra at the plate for YD. The lone RBI in this game belongs to him. Free will pick off. Ryan Free, the lefty out of Frisco, Texas, 6'2", 190. This is his debut for the Braves. Again, we'll check on the runner over at first. 4.11 ERA this season in his first year at Texas Tech after transferring over from Grayson College, JUCO. 5-4 win-loss record. 27 appearances all in relief for him this season for the Red Raiders. 1 save in 46 innings. He struck out 54. Swing and a miss from Dykstra for strike 1. Red Raider runs in the family. His father, Kelly, played baseball for Texas Tech. His mother played golf there and then also played professionally on the LPGA Tour. Check on the runner again. Day is 1 for 1 on stolen bases this year, so perfect, but not necessarily a steal-happy type of guy. Strike 2 called in the outer half to Dykstra. Oh, 2 swing and a miss, strike 3, and that retires the side. Ryan Free comes in, gives up a base hit, but nothing more. And as we head to the 7th, it's still 1-0 Red Sox. As we move to the final 3 innings, you are watching Red Sox baseball here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Stay tuned.
Derek Bender, 1 for 2 on the day. First to face Hector Garcia. Coming in relief for Smith Pinson, who had a fantastic game. We'll have the final line on him in a minute, but Garcia comes out of Hope International, an NAIA school, and has a 1.74 ERA. Pitched 10 innings in relief. His go-to is the breaking ball. And of course, he has the classic stance. Deals strike one. His windup is very individual and unique. Really makes him fun to watch. The 0-1 to Bender. Misses outside, and it's 1-1.
Garcia's been phenomenal this year for YD. Guy that maybe didn't get a ton of eyes on him coming from an NAIA school, but found his way here and has performed really, really strongly.
Bender cranks it up the third baseline, but foul, and the count's 1-2. Final line for Smith Pinson, 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, allowed just 2 hits and no runs. The most dominant outing we've seen from a starting pitcher this season. And it's Garcia taking the reins. Counts 1-2 to Derek Bender. Pops it up to shallow center field. Backpedaling is Vieira. Makes the grab, out number 1.
Next up, out of Coastal Carolina, number 45, Caden Bodine.
Back-to-back Chanticleers, and it's Caden Bodine. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Similarly to Pinson, Garcia is a guy with really high strikeout numbers. Ball 1 misses just below the zone. He has 14 strikeouts in those 10.1 innings pitched. Just 1 walk. Cranked foul, and the count is 1-1.
He's a guy that some people think might have played his way here this summer into a potential spot in the MLB draft. It's a righty. Doesn't throw super hard, around 93 miles an hour at the fastball, which isn't crazy for a righty.
Bodine swings and a miss, strike 2.
But it's the splitter that sets him apart. That split is just filthy. He really leans on it heavily to get swing and miss like you just saw.
Huge shift on right now for Bodine. Vieira on the right side, a second day in the shallow right field. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hector Garcia starts things off with a strikeout, as we were just talking about.
Next up, out of Iowa, number 23, Sam Peterson.
Brings up Sam Peterson out of Iowa, the first team All Big Ten selection in 2023. 1 for 2 on the day. He's 1 of 2 hits for the Braves. And strike 1 from Garcia finds the bottom of the zone. Infield back to their regular positions. And Garcia out of the stretch. The 0-1 misses low, and the count's even at 1. Two quick outs for Garcia. And a check swing, accidental foul ball from Peterson makes the count 1-2. Garcia looking to face the minimum in his first inning in relief. So far picking up exactly where Smith Pinson left off. Darby shifted over, guarding the third baseline. A called strike 3. That ends the inning. Garcia, 2 strikeouts in his first inning of work. We head to the stretch. It's been just an hour and 40 minutes of game time. This one flying by. Red Sox still lead 1-0. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th on the Cape League Broadcast Network. The Red Sox go 9-1-2 in the bottom of the 7th. It's Nathan Archer 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a strikeout swinging, leading things off. RJ Austin on deck. First time facing Ryan Free. Bunt shown from Archer, fouled off. A common strategy of Coach Pickler is the surprise bunt in an unusual bunting situation. Eblin pulls in a little bit at third base, but Bender at first base still pushed really far back. Archer holds back, and the count's 1-1. Archer is tied for second in the lead with 3 home runs. Second only to Hines. The 1-1 shows bunt again, pulls back, ball 2. Eblin still the only infielder in the dirt, but he's creeping up now, as is Bender on first. Archer leans back on ball 3. Almost clipped him. And it's a hitter's count. We might see him swing away with these corners pinched in. Bourne unsure. The 3-1. Archer holds off, and it's ball 4. Looked like he was going to swing away, but checks it. And it's a leadoff walk. One of the rare instances where the Red Sox have a runner aboard and there's not 2 outs. Austin coming back up. He's 0 for 3 today. A ground out, line out, and a fly out. He's been getting good contact, but has not been able to find the gaps. Looking to continue his hit streak. And a beautiful first pitch curve on the outside clips the strike zone. Archer, a threat as a base stealer, takes a big lead on first. He's swinging the arms. Free staring him down. The lefty throws it over to first. Austin still standing in the box. Checking the signs from Coach Pickler at third base. The 0-1 just outside, the same type of pitch, but this one misses the zone. Perri looking back over towards first. Bender ready for the pickoff. It comes slightly off the plate. Bender has to take a few steps to retrieve. Bender, similarly to Hines, was an All-American as a DH at Coastal Carolina, now playing at first base. Goes, really good jump. The throw is not in time. A beautiful slide under the tag. The throw was slightly high, and it's a stolen base for Nathan Archer. Count moves to 2-1 on RJ Austin.
Wow, that was a really good jump. That was not close. Archer was in there by almost a full second.
Perri was a little slow on the delivery. Archer could see his knee rising, that he was going into his motion, and just broke. Really good base running, takes a big lead at second. No one really over there covering him. The 2-1 misses below the zone, counts 3-1. Shadows beginning to creep over the field as the sun sets at Red Wilson. Archer, a big lead over at second, the 3-1. Clips the outside corner, could have gone either way. Austin shaking his head a little bit, and the count is full. Still no outs. Archer could advance if Austin puts the ball in play on the ground. Runner goes. And the swing and foul off from Austin. Defensive swing. Archer, I think, would have had it.
I think the hit and run was on, but yeah, he got a really good jump. Likely would have been there in the third, and you could say that Austin swung at ball 4 there, but I think the swing sign was on from Scott Pickler. I think he had to go after that pitch if it was even somewhat close, even if it was outside.
Another full count. Archer with his lead, arms swinging. Payoff into right field, and it drops fair. Austin rounding first. This will be extra bases. Archer coming around to score. A double after a long at bat from RJ Austin, and he's fired up as he should be. Just went to opposite field off the bat. Looked like it was moving slowly in the air, and then caught some speed and distance, dropped a few feet inside the first baseline. Really nice piece of hitting from RJ Austin.
Going to the opposite field on 2 strikes, that's clutch stuff, and that's exactly what you expect out of RJ Austin, a guy that we know just is a phenomenal pure hitter, knows how to hit, and that second run feels astronomical in a game like this that has been so airtight on both sides, and it's going to force Scott Lander's hand as he's going to call to his bullpen.
It's been a really tight game. Really good pitching through 7 and not a third, no outs. We'll take a quick break as our new pitcher warms up. We'll be back for the rest of the 7th on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Still in the top of the 7th, Enzo Apodaca walking up to the lefty box after a monster double from RJ Austin. Ended up standing on second, scored a run. The Red Sox lead 2-0. Would not be surprised if Apodaca lays down a bunt. The corners are pinched in very far in the edge of the infield grass. Austin also covered by Vastine at second. Bourne, after seeing all the steal attempts from Pickler, no longer messing around with these base runners or giving them any room to breathe. Still waiting on the first pitch from Doug Kirkland, and it's low for ball 1 on Apodaca. Kirkland out of Florida State has had a little bit of a rough start here in the Cape. He's allowed 4 hits, 9 earned runs through 3 relief appearances so far. That includes 6 walks. The 1-0, Apodaca swings away, gets past, and Pinckney chasing after it. Apodaca didn't get a piece of it, instead went off of Pinckney's leg. So Austin sneaks up a bag. Apodaca did go around on that swing, so it is strike 1. But a pretty productive strike 1. The 1-1 on the way, check swing. And our third plate umpire says he did go around on the check swing. Count moves to 1-2, no outs. With Austin on third, the Red Sox have already plated 1. Kirkland deals, and it's in the dirt. Did not go around this time. Count evens up at 2.
So your 2 best contact hitters coming to the plate in Apodaca, followed by Max Vieira in a sac fly situation. Just need to get bat on ball here.
The 2-2 fouled behind us. The bat did hit the ball, not in the right spot. Count remains 2-2. Vieira on deck is 1 for 3 on the day.
These are both guys that have short swings, and Vieira and Apodaca. Just get something to the outfield grass.
Apodaca choked up, another 2-2. Swings and misses, a strikeout for Kirkland. Huge out for Bourne with Austin threatening on third. Brings up Vieira, who is really good at putting it in play.
Next up, out of Seton Hall, number 29, Max Vieira.
First pitch ball misses just inside on the fastball. Vieira, a hard hit single. Strike 1 finds the middle of the zone. A ball, a strike, and still just 1 out. The double force is not in effect. The 1-1 inside, and it's 2-1. Bottom of the 7th, Austin bluffs. Vieira swings away, grounder up towards short. Runner checked at home. Austin forced to retreat back to third. Nice play in the infield by Vastine. The infield was so far in that Vastine got that ball before it even left the grass. Spent a long time staring down RJ Austin before the throw over to first. 2 outs for Hunter Hines, an RBI machine, but he's hitless today and yesterday. But this one is cranked into right field, and the diving grab is not made. The ball hit the ground. Austin comes home, and Hines is safe at first. The ball just popped out of Hines' glove. And he has a hit on the board, was 0 for 3 before that, but Hines comes up big as he usually does, really picks his moments, and YD leads 3-0.
That's a really tough break for Bourne, but Giuffrida, not a play that he's going to be asked to make, just kind of a play that you hope he can make. He dove at that one, and incoming forward, the ball just tumbled out of his glove.
Fresh count to Darby, and the first pitch almost clips him on the elbow. Hines on first now. I really thought Giuffrida had it, but it popped out. We saw the signal from the umpire. Ball gets past Hines, takes second. Counts 2-0 to Xander Darby. He now has Hines in scoring position. Outfield playing deep as they have been all day. Infield on the edge of the grass. Long look from Kirkland, shakes one off. He's set. The 2-0. Inside, ball gets past Pinckney again, and Hines jogs around to third. These breaking balls just coming in on Pinckney's leg, ricocheting twice in a row now off of his shin guards. Hunter Hines advances 2 bags, and Darby has a 3-0 count. And a Bourne coach is coming out of the dugout for a conversation with Kirkland.
Wonder if Darby gets the green light here. He's been seeing the ball so well. You're hoping that you get a good pitch. If something's over the plate, I think there's a good argument that you go swinging here on 3-0, but it's going to be against a different pitcher. It's going to be the end of it for now. And YD will have to face a new arm.
Second call to the bullpen in the bottom of the 7th. YD leads 3-0. We'll head to another break and be back after this on the Cape League Broadcast Network. New pitcher on the mound. It's Gabe Driscoll out of Binghamton. 2 outs in what has been the longest half inning of this game. The Red Sox have played it 2. The score is 3-0. Bourne has been held scoreless thanks to a brilliant outing from the YD bullpen so far. We talked about pitching coming into this game, as yesterday the YD bullpen had a bit of a rough day, probably the roughest of the season, but today bouncing back nicely. Xander Darby at the plate. He has 3 balls, no strikes. Hines on third. Darby thought it was ball 4, but instead strike 1, clips the outside corner. And he will swing away. He's been seeing the ball really well. Shows bunt, pulls back, and that's ball 4. Darby walks runners on the corners for Brady Day. Day 1 for 3. Had a single in his last at-bat. 2 flyouts before that. Both well-hit balls. First pitch fastball burns the zone for strike 1. Ball 1 outside. Day putting a hand to hold off Darby. Darby with the lead, swinging his arms. Runner goes, swing, hit and run, and that ball is over the head of Vastine. Hines coming home. And Hugh Pinkney, an error behind the plate. Darby in there safely, but that ball was miles above the head of Vastine.
So that ball was foul tipped, and I think that might have had something to do with it, that Pinkney may have been a little bit thrown off by the foul tip, but the rule is if you foul tip it into the glove, just like on 2 strikes, it's considered a live ball. So if it's a hit and run, you foul tip it, and it's in the glove, the play keeps going, and YD takes advantage.
Day fouls it behind us towards the parking lot. Darby now on second. YD leads 4-0. It's been a really productive inning. Just base hits and walks. Taking advantage of past balls. The 1-2 outside counts even 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner goes. The throw to third is well in time. Darby could not beat that out on any day of the week. Good throw from behind the plate by Pinkney, but the damage has been done. A 3-pitcher inning for the Braves, and YD leads 4-0. We head to the top of the 8th. It's Perri, Kitei, and Luke West Poley on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Back for the top of the 8th. It's a Pete Schifreda at the plate for Bourne, facing Hector Garcia, who had a quick inning in his first in relief. YD now with a comfortable lead at 4-0, especially given the lack of offensive production from the Braves today. Really a credit to YD's pitching staff. Big shift on. Schifreda holds off on strike 1. Fouled back and out of play, counts 1-2. Schifreda 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout swinging and a flyout. The Braves just making their way through the 3rd time. Fouled back again, and YD already on their 4th time through the lineup. Garcia into his stance. The 1-2, fouled back right at us. The count remains 1-2. Garcia putting them in there, forcing Schifreda to swing. Some balls are exchanged between the YD bat boy and the home plate umpire. And another 1-2 pitch is on the way shortly. Schifreda holds off. It's just outside the zone. Nice pitch from Garcia, but this time couldn't get him to chase.
Both balls that Garcia has dealt in this at-bat have been in that same location. It's been a very disciplined at-bat so far for Schifreda.
The 2-2, fouled out of play again. Back towards the batting cages. Garcia deals, swung on and missed, a strikeout to begin the inning. Hector Garcia, we saw him stretching out behind the dugout during that long bottom of the 7th, trying to stay warm. And coming back in, throwing gas, that breaking ball causing Schifreda to miss. It's Jonathan Vastine, who's 0 for 2 with the ground out and a fly out in the 7th spot in the order. First pitch to him misses low for ball 1. Vastine plays at Vanderbilt, teammates with RJ Austin. Swings away, and the ball is behind us. Another shift on towards the right, similarly to Schifreda. Vieira on the right side of second, along with Day and Dub Gleed, who's taken over from Hines at first. The 1-1 clips the zone, called strike 2. Garcia is so strong at placing the ball right on the corners of the zone. Really precise. Vastine swings and misses. 2 go down swinging to start off the 8th. Garcia off to a hot start. And it's Josh Kuroda-Grauer trying to get the 2-out rally going for Bourne, who have been completely demolished by YD's pitching.
That was that split from Garcia. Just a nasty, nasty pitch.
Up to 4 strikeouts already in just an inning and 2/3. First to Kuroda-Grauer, misses inside and low for ball 1. 11 strikeouts combined now from Pinson and Garcia. Ball 2 misses low again. YD finally back to a regular infield, though the outfield is slightly shifted over to the left. The 2-0, swung on and missed. Check swing did go around, strike 1. Counts 2-1 with 2 outs. Garcia got the first 2 swinging. Started the count 2-0, now it's 2-1. Into his motion. Pitch on the way. Roped up the third baseline, but foul, and counts 2-2. Crota Grauer going back to the dugout. He wants a new bat. Not sure if it cracked.
Yeah, it broke. He checked it. Looks like just a crack in the bat, but that sounded a little bit off. And it was one of those hits that is really loud off the bat, and you think because of that it's going to be screaming hot, off the bat, and that ball just kind of died over near third base, and it was because he got jammed, and it broke his bat.
Braves down to the last strike of the inning. A new bat for Crota Grauer. The 2-2 from Garcia. Just outside, and the count runs full. Crota Grauer taking a couple practice swings. The payoff, swung on and missed. Garcia gets 3 the same way. A 3 strikeout inning, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox back at the plate. It'll be 6-7-8 as Day gets another shot at it. You are listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 8th after Hector Garcia strikes out the side. And the Braves down to their final 3 outs, but YD a chance to tack on some insurance. Starting things off, it's Brady Day, the second baseman. Swings and fouls off the first pitch. He was at the plate while Xander Darby got tagged and caught stealing. So he gets another shot at a fresh count. Gabe Driscoll back on the mound, the 0-1. Swung on and missed. And Day off to an 0-2 start. The 0-2, Day swings through, and it's a strikeout for Gabe Driscoll, brings up Casey Cook. Cook is 0 for 1 for the day. He's walked twice and flew out in his last at-bat. Fourth plate appearance of the day. First pitch fastball in there for a strike. Cook offers. Went around, strike 2. Driscoll coming out hot. Came out of the bullpen at the end of the inning, deals ball 1. Came in with 2 outs and 3 balls to Xander Darby. Ball 2 misses inside, counts even 2-2. Sun just in the outfield and at second base. This one blooped up towards short, caught by Vastine, out number 2. Just soft contact from Cook, missed the barrel. And an easy out for Vastine. Bourne has 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. It's Connor Dykstra, who had the first RBI of the day and the first hit of the day for the Red Sox. He takes ball 1. Big swing and a miss, and the count is even 1-1. Two outs for the Braves, trying to escape with no more damage. Dykstra lays off on ball 2. With the YD pitching today, feels like a graveyard as Dykstra swings through strike 2. Grounded up towards short. Vastine has it off the bounce. The throw is dropped by Bender. Dykstra reaches on an error and the inning continues.
It's been that kind of day for Bourne. Ball that just hit Bender in the glove and just trickled out.
Really should have been the 3rd out of the inning. But a rare miss from Bender. Archer takes strike ball 1 on the outside. YD has reached the bottom of their lineup. Check swing, went around, strike 1. Jacob Jenkins Coward on deck if it gets there, as the first pinch hitter of the day. Was wondering when we'd see one of those. The 1-1 ripped up to second. Crota Grauer has it off one bounce. Archer can't beat it out, and that's the side. The Red Sox lead 4-0 as we head to the top of the 9th. 3 outs for Bourne to figure it out. It's Perri Kitei and Luke West Poley on the Cape League broadcast. top of the ninth. Hugh Pinckney, who is hitless on the day, starting things off for the Braves. They face a 4-run deficit, haven't scored a run today, and facing a really hot Hector Garcia, who struck out the side in the 8th and starts off the 9th with a beautiful fastball on the outside corner. Counts 0-1. Regular infield. The pitch hammered towards right field, but Cook barely has to move for out number 1. Really hard hit from Pinckney, but unfortunately not into any sort of gap.
Next up, out of Texas Tech, number 16, Gage Harrelson.
Finally back to the top of the order for the 4th time around. It's Gage Harrelson back up. He's hitless. 2 strikeouts swinging and a ground out. Fresh count, 1 out, top of the 9th. It's been a clinic from YD pitching. And ball 1 misses just outside. Garcia into the windup. The 1-0 down the middle for strike 1. One and 1 to Harrelson. Big swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. One and 2 with 1 out. Bryce Eblin on deck. Swing and a miss. Garcia gets another one. A strikeout, and Bourne is down to their final out.
Hector Garcia just does not look touched right now. Had that hard hit ball from Pinckney, but Garcia is just getting everything he wants right now with these Bourne hitters, and just needs one more out to close out a worthy performance to earn the save.
5 strikeouts through 2 2/3. And Eblin is the final hope for Bourne. Swings at the first one out towards center field. Apodaca going back, makes the grab, and that's the game. YD bounces back and pick up the win. They will stay atop the East Division in the Cape Cod Baseball League, and today was a hard-fought victory. 6 hits, 4 runs for the Red Sox, just 2 hits, no runs, and 2 errors for the Braves. The best YD pitching performance we've seen so far this year, and this team looked so complete, all up and down the lineup, defensively, everything was clicking today.
Yeah, this is, I think, maybe the best pitching performance that the Cape League has seen this year. This was just dominant from the YD arm. Smith Pinson handing over to Hector Garcia. In the 9 innings, just 2 hits, no free passes, which was absolutely huge. They both kept their pitch counts low, and they fanned 13 batters. That was absolutely phenomenal. The bats did what they had to do in this game, got that run in the 2nd to take the lead, rode that through the middle innings, got their pitching some insurance, didn't end up needing it, but it was nice to have throughout the later parts of this game. Really, really complete performance from this team. Back to their winning ways here at home. First home game of week 2, back on the road tomorrow.
As you said, Luke, this team goes on the road to face Orleans for the 2nd time this season. They will bring all of this momentum with them on the road as they travel east. Thank you so much for watching YD Baseball. It's been Perri, Kitei, and Luke West Poley from our producer, Anna Tedeschi. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m.